alaikum everyone and welcome to Undercurrents with Chakrani and Usman Khan. Today the topic of the discussion is that everybody is talking about, especially in Pakistan and all around the world. And the topic is, as you know, it is the war between US, Iran, also the part of Israel and Pakistan as a dialogue mediator between all these countries, both of these countries. So Pakistan have played a very vital role during that. We have been recognized as not just a mediator, but somebody who has helped this war to put a halt on it and actually try to do the betterment of it. So the countries have recognized it. There are many countries that have came forward for this recognition. But the question is, the million-dollar question is that what is going to happen on this war? What is going to be the future of the war, and what exactly are the consequences that are going to happen on the economy of the world on that? So today, I'm going to ask Chakrani and myself, we are going to put in a dialogue by ourselves, and there will be few points that we are going to discuss, that what exactly is the consequences or the picture that we are seeing in the future. So Chakrani, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Usma. Thank you so much.
So what do you think? What are the impacts of this war is all around the world?
Usma, as we talk about the impacts of this war, it has a multi impacts of this war, socio-economic and even the geopolitics impacts of this war. If we talk about the economical impacts of this war, we can see that the recent report of United Nations Development Program, due to this war, the 30 million people will be pushing under the poverty line.
That's a big number.
So the first and foremost impact of this war, that this war will be pushing 30 million people under the poverty line. And the second impact of this war is that the world will facing the food insecurity. 1/3 of the fertilizer is produced in the Middle Eastern countries, and 1/3 of the fertilizer passes through the Strait of Hormuz. And the Strait of Hormuz is closed in these days. So the world is facing a serious challenges through this war. But the most significant impact of this war, which must be highlighted, that this first time this war has highlighted the divisions within the NATO countries. First, when this war was started, the Donald Trump, the president of US, invites different NATO countries to join this war, but they refused. They would not join this war, including France, Germany, Italy, even UK. They do not join this war. So that shows the divisions within the NATO countries. Second impact of this war is that this war first time has exposed double standard of United Nations Security Council. Number of resolutions, Security Councils has passed number of resolutions against Iran, that Iran has attacked Middle Eastern countries and Israel, but not a single resolution has been passed in the favor of Iran and against the belligerent actions that Israel has attacked on Iran.
True.
So this is a double standard, and this war has exposed the double standard of these international organizations. But Pakistan played exceptional role and vital role in this war. That Pakistan has maintained a neutral role in this war and played a vital role as a mediator. These are the impacts of this war globally.
Very
Thank
true, Chakrani, and I agree with you that the 3 points on that the true face of the United Nations, and then even the other countries as well, and that is on the Europe side as well. Before United Nation, not just United Nation, UK, United Kingdom, they wanted to be part of the war as well, and they were like very threatening with their few of the things. But then they realized when the Iran came out back very strong with the answer to the war. But here, Chakrani, I would like to ask from you as well, and I would like to add as well that exactly the halt came between the dialogue. The last dialogue that happened, there was no a consequence or maybe an answer from Iran side or from American side as well. Iran regime was very strict about it. But do you think, and I agree to it as well, but I want to know your view. Do you think that when Iran is like very stagnant about the, how do you say, the possibilities that they want to be in the contract, and they're like, no, you need to show us the actions first, and we will not adherent to giving away our nuclear assets, and nukes are very important for a country to survive like Iran. And second is American is very adamant, American regime is very adamant that no, you have to hand over the things and you have to do the conditions and then we'll back in. So in either of the cases, neither do we see that one is a winner or the other is a loser. Who do you think that, will be prevailing in this war, and how will it be sorted out in the end?
Uzma, I can address these questions in two parts. First, that the sense of optimism is prevailing, that Pakistan is playing pivotal role even at this stage, and inshallah this agreement will be done between US and Iran. That shows the sense of optimism is still prevailing.
True.
That Pakistan is striving. Pakistan's efforts are very significant at the time. The second part of your question is that if you ask about who is the winner and who is the loser of this war, I believe that there is a winner is the armed industry and the loser is the humanity.
Very
Nothing
true.
else.
Very true.
The armed industries are the winner of this war. Lot of weapons are being used in this war. Definitely the loss of humanity has been occurred due to this. So I think the loser of this war is the humanity and the winner of this war is armed industries.
Very true, very true. And as Chakrani mentioned that, humanity is always the loser in a war. Even Pakistan is suffering as well. Like, the inflation has gone sky high. It has gone like rocket high, all because of the fuel prices that are coming in. And who is the winner and the loser? Look at the economy that are striving because of that. So my point, comes to that. And what I want to know from you is, what do you think that, what is Pakistan gaining out of this war, and especially the positive image that we are getting? Is there anything that is substantial that we are going to get and give it to our nation, or is it just the good talks and nothing in the end we are going to substantially achieve financially through it?
Uzma, Pakistan's diplomatic and military profile, reached new heights due to this mediating role in this war.
True.
But again, I agree with your statement that the economic challenges the country is facing right now.
Yep.
Similarly, the country is facing two fronts, border issues even in this time. The one from the India and the other from the Afghanistan. Pakistan is facing, the direct and indirect threats from India. Policies of Narendra Modi's rigid policies. They want basically the Hindu Rashtra hegemony internally within India, and they want to establish regionally hegemony in this region. But I believe that Pakistan is the main hurdle in this way. Although Pakistan is facing, number of threats, number of blaming from India. The so-called Operation Sindoor that India launched against Pakistan is the example of that. And Pakistan's retaliations under the Operations Marsus is one of the great example of this scenario. On the other hand, Pakistan is also facing, Afghanistan has become a safe haven for the TTP. And TTP has been attacking Pakistan for last 4 to 5 years. So Pakistan is facing two fronts challenges, one from Afghanistan and other from India. So now is the big challenge for Pakistan, how this diplomatic profile and military high profile can be turned into a geo-economic interest for the nations.
That's true. And here I would like to add to your conversation as well, Chakrani. Now, as you are saying, now this third step needs to come in, and then, how can you convert that into the financial viability for the audience, for the nation as well?
Exactly. This is a question prevailing in Pakistan, that how this diplomatic profile is on peak, that how this diplomatic profile can be turned into economic benefits for the region, specifically for the Pakistans, for the citizens of Pakistan. But Uzma, we have discussed the Pakistan has played a vital role, and salute goes to the Pakistan's army that proven in Bunyanul Marsus against, and also in Ghazab-ul Haq against the TTP, and also the Pakistan's diplomatical success in this mediating role. But there are some countries spoiler in this mediating process. That one is India and other is Israel.
Yes.
The India and Israel do not want, they want that this conflict must be prevailing in this region, because India wants economically benefits. This is the history of India, that when the war between Russia and Ukraine was happened, India took a lot of benefit from that number of barrels India purchased from Russia. Similarly, India did in during this war that India purchased number of barrels from Iran during this while. So India playing a double standard role in the role of a spoiler in this peace diplomacy, that this is not a good news for India that Pakistan has achieved the glory in this diplomatic success. So India is playing its role of a spoiler. Recently, the senior cabinet member of India, they gave a statement that so-called Operation Sindoor is not ended. It means they gave indirectly threat to Pakistan, just because to divert the attention from this mediating peace diplomacy. So this is the role that India is playing right now.
Very true. And the nation is very proud that, now after so many years, our previous government, I don't want to mention the name, but they were not very successful in the forefronts of our foreign policy. And the foreign policy was deviating for even the countries that we were friends with, China, even Malaysia, you take the names. But right now, even the countries that were not in our, I would say they wouldn't take us in a very good list, they are even appreciating the role. So, having said that, since we are discussing that how it will impact Pakistan as well. So, the horizon of this fight has actually opened the CPAC viability for Pakistan. Especially China was interested in CPAC before, but there were rollbacks and then the CPAC was opening and not. But now China have realized after Strait of Hormuz, the problems over there, they have realized that CPAC is actually the need of the time.
Exactly.
And the more these corridors will be open, even the Gwadar port and CPAC as well, it will create the impression of Pakistan being one of the most, I would say, country that has actually all of these opening corridors to the the other countries as well. So I think Pakistan keep up the good work, and CPAC and all of these projects are going to create a very, very positive impact in our economies as well.
Uzma, one thing is important to discuss here, and I quote that this saying is by Mushahid Hussain Sayyid. He said that every disaster comes from mouth.
Yes.
So this deadlock in these, in this ongoing discussions, ongoing negotiations, I think this is the result of number of tweets by Donald Trump just in one night. Because he also mentioned that the three occasions are necessary, are significant to understand. Number one, 7th October 2023 attacks by Hamas on Israel in retaliations. In reactions. Second, 10th of May 2025, the retaliations, Operation Bunyanul Marsus against India. That salute goes to the Pakistan army, that how they performed, and the world has recognized, that operations. Even the Donald Trump said that the 11 jets of India have been shot down. Mm-hmm. And the third one occasion is 28th February 2026, that how the Iran has retaliated against the belligerent actions of Israel and US. So for that, Maliha Lodi, one of the renowned ex-ambassador of Pakistan, she said that this war has also shown that the power of nationalism is more greater than being a superpower or a militarily strong. So the Iran has proven, Pakistan has proven that the power of nationalism, that the India has a lot of weapons and strong military, but the way Pakistan has retaliated, unbelievable. Similarly, the way Iran has retaliated, unbelievable. So it shows that the power of nationalism is more greater than being a superpower or militarily strong.
Very true on that. And yes, again, we had a very strong and a positive face on that. But this is the first time where the Pakistan government and, army officials and everybody stood up for this cause. And, they did the mediation. And look at the love the nation is providing for that, not just for the country, but even for Iran as well. And they want it to be resolved. So I would say that, even as you said, war brings misery. But for Pakistan as well, it actually also bring in the opportunity where the whole nation is standing together.
Yes, Usma, I believe that war brings a lot of miseries, but the role of Pakistan in this war, in the mediating role, Pakistan's played not just a role between US and Iran, but Pakistan played a multi-front role even in the Middle Eastern countries. That Pakistan has maintained the trust between GCC countries and the Iran. The Pakistan's played role between the rapprochement between Saudi Arabia and Iran, because we have a strategic mutual defense pact with Saudi Arabia.
So true.
But despite this fact, it is a pride for us that Pakistan has played a pivotal role between GCC countries and Iran. But Pakistan played role to bridge this trust deficit and build a trust not in Iran but Iranian nations.
Yes, there was song released.
Yes, a song
by
released
them.
by the Iran. So this is the success, I think, that Pakistan has played a multi-front roles in this wars. Not role between US and Iran, but also played a role between GCC, Middle Eastern countries and Iran.
Yes, and you are, pointing it out towards the trade. Yes, it's not just the nation love that we got. This was the right time where all the Muslim countries should stood up together. So at least Pakistan and Iran is on the right track. But also the trade is going to be, I'm sure that there will be very positive effect. Before it was like very sublime and under the tables, and there were not very open trade corridors with Iran. But I think after this one, there is also another chance that we are going to be openly trading with the country that we are supposed to way before. And this is one of the positive things that I see as well.
Osma, what benefits Pakistan can get from this peace diplomacy? Number one benefit from this, to convince the international bodies, to convince the US to create pressures on India to solve the Kashmir issue by putting pressures, by using this, this diplomatically success that Pakistan has achieved right now. Number two, Pakistan can also create pressure on India, that India is unilaterally violating the Indus Water Treaty right now. Create pressures on India to renegotiate, to revise the Indus Water Treaty or to solve this issue. Similarly, Pakistan also can get benefit from this peace diplomacy, that Pakistan can play a role to solve the problem of Palestine, the issue of Palestine. Israel has, belligerently occupied them. So Pakistan can play a role in this, in this scenario by using this peace diplomacy. What do you think? The role of Palestine and Kashmir, how can be defined collectively? How while seeing this diplomacy?
You have shed some light on it. Being part of Kashmir as well, one of the things that I see is that even though Kashmir issue is also very, very serious, like, a kind of genocide that Palestine has faced in the last years, we have been facing there for like more than 30 years. Kashmir problem have been prevailing in that. But the only unfortunate thing that we have faced is that we don't get a media recognition. It's not as much highlighted on the international platform as it's supposed to be. So as you rightly pointed it out, and that is the right time, very high time, where the Pakistan, if mediating, they are on a very, important role. They can, put a pressure on America, who's actually United States is somebody who can convince India for this role, for actually resolving Kashmir issue right now, because Kashmir issue was like forgone in the last 5 years, like nobody was talking about it. But this is a very high time. And second thing is that yes, Palestine is equally very important.
Cut into short, that Pakistan can get benefit from this peace diplomacy. Number one, to resolve the Kashmir issue. Number two, to putting pressures on India, that India is unilaterally violating the Indus Water Treaty right now. Similarly, Pakistan can putting pressures on Afghanistan, government of Afghanistan. TTP is using the Afghan soil against Pakistan.
True.
So these are the issues that Pakistan's must pay heed on, that these issues in this scenario, I think.
Very true on that. And yes, as we are discussing and we are going towards the end of our podcast session as well, then few of the points that needs to be highlighted as by Chakrani as well. And also this is a dire need of the hour, that not just the war between Israel and Israel as a background, US and Iran needs to be resolved, but also the major role of China and the bigger country names that needs to be in the war needs to resolve as well. And second part is that how Pakistan can take financial advantages out of all these points. And third, it is also possible because Israel is like, always coming after Pakistan as well. Some of the threats involved, like, next is Pakistan and next is going to be done. So how they are inshallah, we do have a trust in our army and in our institutes, but how they are going to take care of Israel in the future, and especially making sure that such things not happen. I think that's going to be a big $1 million questions, as I said in the start, in the future. So Khadim, any last notes from your side?
We as a young generation should believe in our government institutions. We should believe in our army institutions, that the role Pakistan has played in this war is a vital role, and it is recognized not just within Pakistan but beyond the borders.
Yes.
I mean, the whole world is now recognized. Pakistan is playing a pivotal role, and we hope that Pakistan will pay heed on these issues that we have highlighted: Kashmir issue and the violation of India Indus Water Treaty, and Afghanistan's issue, the TTP issue, and other issues, even economical issues of Pakistan.